that can make you to be happy or sad. And they are called psychoactive drugs. They are called what? When you take them, it's either you are happy or you become sad, not mad. Okay, next slide. And they also call mind-bending drugs. Mind-bending drugs. Next slide. And when you take these hard drugs, before you know it, it becomes a habit. For example, how many of you drink alcohol here? Don't be shy now. I can see some hands. I can see some hands. So when you use tablets or when you use anything that is not prescribed to you by the doctor, it's called drug abuse. It's called what? Drug abuse. And drug abuse. You can use this. Oh, wonderful. And when you use the drugs that are not prescribed to you by the doctor, it's called drug abuse. For example, India hemp. You've heard about India hemp before. When you use India hemp that is banned by the doctors or banned by the government, it's called what? Drug abuse. When you take a tablet that is not prescribed for you because your sister is taking it or because your brother is taking it, it is called what? Drug abuse. So from today, please don't abuse drug because it can lead to drug addiction. And when you start to take drugs that are not prescribed for you, you will enjoy it. The way people enjoy cigarettes, the way people enjoy alcohol, the way area boys enjoy India hemp. And when you use it, you won't be able to stop using it. And before you know it, you are now addicted to it. So we don't want you are all children of God. We don't want you to be addicted to any substance. Because those that are addicted to the substance, once they cannot find the substance to take, they will have what we call withdrawal symptoms. That is, they call them jonesing on the streets of Lagos. People who are addicted to drugs will eventually need medical help. For those that are addicted to drugs, instead of being in the classroom to listen to their teachers, they will be on the street looking for cigarettes, looking for alcohol, looking for Indian hemp. And before they know it, they are dropping out of school. They are failing exams. And we don't want any one of you to fall into that category. If you take one bottle of small stout today, or you smoke one stick of cigarettes, after about 6 months, you will need to take a second bottle in order to enjoy the feelings from the alcohol, or the feelings from the cigarettes, or the feeling for the drugs. And before you know it, you are taking 6 bottles of stout. And that's why you know your brother, or your auntie, or one of your parents who can take 6 bottles of stout. Yes. Have you seen somebody taking 4 bottles of stout before? Have you seen somebody taking 4 bottles of stout before? Yes. Not take the 4 bottles of stout, he will be having pains. He won't be able to sleep. He will believe that he wants to die. So when people are addicted, when people are dependent on drugs, and when they don't find the drugs, what do? They have craving for the drugs. They have urge for the drugs. They want to take the drug. They have pains. They have diarrhea. They have racing heartbeats. They feel as if they are going to die. If you've seen an area boy before, who has seen an area boy in Lagos? Orisas, the ones we call orisas. They are the people who use these substances. So they go to the streets and beg for money. And how do they beg for money? Who can demonstrate an orisa for me here? And they want you to give them 100 naira. And once you give them the 100 naira, they are going to the joint to buy some more drugs. And if they don't find that money to buy the drugs, they become armed robbers. Because if they don't have money to take the substance, they feel as if they are going to die. Restlessness. They hear strange voices. Do you know that people hear strange voices? People will be talking to them and they won't see the person talking to them. And they'll be seeing strange things after taking the substance. The voice will be telling you, sit down, stand up, dance. And the person will be obeying. The person can be sad. Sometimes the voice can tell that person, go and do a bad thing. So that is why never ever you attempt to take hard drugs. This is part of hard drugs. If you see anybody doing such things, go and report him. This is how they take what is called cocaine or heroin. Something and smoking it, go and report that person to your teacher or to your parents because that person is taking hard drugs. Okay, what are the popular drugs that we use or that we drink in Lagos? For example, what are the popular alcohol? Okay, yes, somebody wants to tell me. The popular alcohol that we drink in Lagos.
Stout.
Stout, very good. Apart from stout, what else do we drink in Lagos?
3-3.
3-3. What else do we drink in Lagos?
Beer.
Beer.
Captain Jack.
Captain Jack. Ha.
Hennessy.
Hennessy. Sabrina.
Codeine.
Codeine. Yes, codeine.
Baby Oku.
Baby Oku. Ah. Baby Oku.
Ajared and Tramon.
What?
Ajared
and Tramal.
Tramadol and gold.
Tramadol and codeine. Ha. Any. Oris. Ori màálù.
Baby Oku.
Legend.
No. Ẹrù jẹjẹ.
Ha.
Bajinatu. Best. Sabina. Bullet. Agbára. Action bitter.
Okay, we'll take 2 more, then we continue. Okay, 2 from here, 2 from there. Monster.
Whiskey.
Brandy.
Red label.
And black label too.
Origin and trophy.
Chelsea.
Omega 3.
Pino.
McDowell.
Star.
So all of you know Agbojedi.
Ọ̀páyìn.
Ọ̀páyìn. So I'm very, very happy that you all know what we're talking about. So, alcohol is, let us enumerate it. We have beer, we have stout, then we have whiskey, we have brandy, we have legend, then we now have the Ọ̀páyìn, which is called Bajinatu, Baby Oku, Dongoyaro, Dadubule, Kerewa, Pakurumo, Alomo, Origin. Please, don't you ever take those things. Even when you grow up and you see your colleagues taking them, don't take them because you will be addicted to them. They are hard drugs. Okay? Now, apart from alcohol, you now have cannabis. Now, cannabis is also called India hemp. What are the other names for India hemp that you know? Marijuana, fish, ẹja, weed, pot, Mary Jane, Nigeria natural grass, Morocco, shit, pot, ganja. So when you hear your colleagues talking all those jargons, they are talking about India hemp. Please, I'm begging you, anybody that smokes India hemp will go mad. It's as simple as that. Because you'll be hearing voices and you'll be seeing things. So don't take fish, don't take pot, don't take ganja, don't take Mary Jane, don't take weed. When you have pain, there are some tablets that you must not take. They are called fish is called India hemp. That's the jargon for India hemp. So I'm not saying you should not eat fish. Eat fish, but don't take India hemp. So there are some tablets you should not take. Morphine tablets or pentazocine tablets. That's why you must never ever take pain tablets not prescribed for you. Then you must not smoke cigarettes, tobacco. Some of you are already taking coffee. Coffee is bad for your health. Because you can be addicted to coffee. Energy drink like Red Bull, Powerhouse, Bullet, London Best, they are not good for your health. Oh. They are not good for your health.
Sir, what about the Lucozade boost? You can't take.
Somebody says Lucozade boost. Lucozade boost is not a drug. So Lucozade boost is not a drug. Energy boost is not a drug. But when you now see something like Bullet, Red Label, Powerhouse, those ones contain a lot of coffee, a large amount of coffee and sugar, and they are not good for the brain of children. So what can make people to take Indian hemp? What causes addiction? Friends, peer group. If your friend is taking it, you know these days, if you're in secondary school and you see the happening guys, they be bouncing, pay yo man, yeah, and you have cigarettes in their hands, cigarettes in one hand and Powerhouse in the other hand. You want to believe that they are the happening guys and you want to join them. So when you see your friends bouncing with cigarette, and please run away from that person.
If any of their parents is taking it, them too don't want to take it.
If your parent is taking it, then you are likely to take it. Because you see daddy smoking, or you see daddy taking brandy, then you think it is good because daddy is taking it. So please don't take it. Oh. Don't take it. What else can make people to take drugs?
The community where you find yourself.
The community where you find yourself. Like in Niger Delta, everybody is taking Ogogo. And so if you find yourself in places where they are taking that kind of alcohol, you want to take it too.
Peer group pressure.
Peer group pressure in the secondary school and university. Please don't join them. And then when you join some cults, you'll be invited to join cults. And before you join the cult, they'll give you Indian hemp, they'll give you alcohol, and they'll give you tramadol, they'll give you drophenol. So please don't join cults.
Depression.
Depression. That's a large word though. What is called depression?
It can be defined like when you are emotionally depressed. Like
This boy is talking sense. So what is depression?
when you are emotionally troubled, depressed.
When you are emotionally troubled or sad, when something is worrying you, that's when somebody come and offer you drugs. So when you are depressed or when you are sad, go and talk to your mommy or daddy. Don't take drugs.
Genetic disposition.
Genetic disposition. That is big grammar. Genetic disposition. That means it can be in your blood. If daddy and mommy are addicted, there's a likelihood that the son too will be addicted. That's what's called genetic disposition.
Some people take it to feel happy or high.
Some people take it to feel happy or high. So when you are sad or depressed, you are likely to use it to feel happy or high. What are the other reasons why people take drugs?
Self-importance. To feel important.
Yes, to feel important. Some people, if they don't take drugs, they cannot feel important. But when they take the drugs, they will feel, yes, I'm not. You now have courage. Some boys cannot talk to girls, but when they take the drugs, they now face the girls, say, hey, I love you, can I toast you?
Neglect. When you have been neglected.
When you are neglected by your parents, then you can take solace in drugs. A boy was brought to me, and I was told that the boy was using drugs. And when they searched the bag of the boy, see what they saw? Indian hemp, cigarettes, tramadol, cocaine. A boy of 14 years old, though. I was the person that took this picture. They didn't show me. I took this picture. And the boy was already addicted to all the substances, all the drugs you can think of. So other factors, peer pressure, when your parents don't take care of you. Then there's drugs on the streets. All these malams, they sell drugs. Please don't patronize any malam. They sell drugs. When people don't have work, teenagers from where they have a lot of rivalry amongst children, and when some people join cults. These are issues and conditions that can make children to use hard drugs. Those who drop out of school, when you take drugs, what can happen to you? You will steal money to go and buy the drug. And when you are on the drug, you cannot concentrate while you are in school. So there is a likelihood that the student will drop out of school, will not finish secondary school, will become an area boy or an area girl. And area boys and area girls, like I said, they beg for money on the streets in order to buy the hard drugs. Some people will be lured into taking injection. And when they take injections from unsterilized needles, they can also contact various types of infections, such as HIV, hepatitis. So the consequences of taking drugs that are not prescribed by the doctor, they are enormous. And again, it can make people to have mental problem. And you end up at the psychiatric hospital somewhere in Yaba. Again, not only that, you will have the emotional problem. You can also have physical problems. Ulcer, tuberculosis, cancer of the lungs. Being sterile, infertility, that means the boy or the girl will not be able to have a family because it will have destroyed the reproductive organs of the young man or the young girl. So as you can see, red eyes. For those who smoke, they can have cancer of the lungs. For those who drink, cancer of the liver, liver failure, kidney failure, heart failure. And they can also have mental illness. That picture you saw there, after smoking Indian hemp, the guy brought out a knife and cut his neck. I also took that picture because the person had a voice that said, cut off your neck, cut off your neck, cut off your neck. And he bought a knife and did. Indian hemp, alcohol, cigarettes, or any hard drugs can bring about mental illness. And that's why I am a psychiatrist. I see people every day who have mental problems because of drugs. can do the moonwalk here? Oh yeah, come and show me. Because come and show me. Come and show me. Who can do the moonwalk? Oh yeah, come and show me. Because I do it, so I want to do it better than you. Come and show me. I will do it better than you. Oh yeah. Billie Jean, no more love. Oh, just a girl. You see, oh. Michael Jackson was the most popular musician in this world. He started singing from the age of 5 and he died at the age of 55. So young. He died of drug overdose and drug abuse. He became addicted to drugs. He was using the drugs to dance. He was using the drugs to sing. So the popular Michael Jackson that we all love, I was a fan of Michael Jackson. And I'm still a fan of Michael Jackson. But Michael Jackson died because of drug addiction and because of drug abuse. So when you grow up and some of you become musicians or actors, please don't use drugs to sing. Don't use drugs to sing. Don't use drugs to act, because you become addicted to drugs and it can kill. Who is this person? Who can sing a song of Whitney Houston here? Who can sing a song? Someone to sing a Whitney Houston song for me. Or is an old school. Anyway, just like Michael Jackson, Whitney Houston was the most popular female musician all over the world. But he was addicted to heroin and cocaine. So she died from drug abuse and drug addiction. Do you know this musician?
Amen.
Majek Fashek. What's that his popular song? Send down the rain to water up my field. Send down the rain. He was the most popular reggae musician in Nigeria. And they took him to America and all over the world. Then he became addicted to Indian hemp. Look at him now. That's the way he look. And he's still, unfortunately, roaming the streets of Lagos as we speak. He's roaming the streets of Lagos, addicted to Indian hemp. Olanubi, Da Green, the best rapper Nigeria ever had, was also addicted to alcohol, Hennessy, brandy, and he was kind of intoxicated when he had a road traffic accident. And we lost Da Green. Baba 70, but you don't know him now. Why are you shouting? But you don't know Fela now. How many of you can sing a Fela song here? Anybody can sing Fela song? Which one? Which one? Water. Water. You no get enemy. Fela was the most popular, the most important Nigerian musician that the whole world knew about. But unfortunately, Fela was addicted to Indian hemp. So being the most popular, you see, look at him, he was even holding Indian hemp in two of those pictures. So as popular as Fela was smoking Indian hemp. And he was addicted to Indian hemp and alcohol. And eventually he had HIV/AIDS and he died. So please, as you can see, very, very popular people all over the world, please. For people who use injection, they give themselves injection here. And before you know it, it is full of ulcer, wounds that people cannot see. And when this place is full of wounds, they will go to the other buttock. They will go to the leg. They will go to the arm. So how can we prevent drug addiction in children? What we are doing in this hall, we are providing education. We are educating you. We are telling you that the habit is bad from this age. That please don't indulge in any hard substances. And that is why the government set up what we call the NDLEA. The NDLEA, the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency, they are catching people who are selling drugs. They are catching people who are exporting drugs. They are catching people who are importing drugs. We are telling the government that remove stress from the lives of children so that they won't be frustrated or have depression to go and take drugs. We are also educating parents that parents, please don't take alcohol in the presence of your children. Don't smoke cigarettes in the presence of children. Parents should be good role models for their children. The church, NGOs, they are doing wonderfully well because the church and the non-government organizations, they are organizing seminars and workshops like this, educating the children why they should not go into drugs. And we are telling the television people too that television and radio, please don't advertise drugs. And they refrained because in the past, you will see the advert of St. Moritz, a very handsome man with a beautiful girl, living in a beautiful house, driving a beautiful car. I will now bring out St. Moritz, telling the young children that if you do all these things, you will live well. Have you ever heard the slogan, Jayi Ori Ebi Cigar? Maybe your parents will know that one. But when we told them not to advertise, you know what they did? They started sponsoring Gulda Ultimate Search. So after showing those people, they will just do advert of Gulda. Then they have Star Trek. Benson and Hedges Groove. Rockman's Groove. So indirectly, they are still advertising these substances, believing that the children will get addicted to it. There was a day I went to one of these Benson and Hedges Groove, and on entering, they'll give you 2 packets of cigarettes free of charge. Free of charge. So please don't indulge in all these substances. But for those who are already smoking or who are already addicted to the substance, there's a way out. Where do you take them to? The psychiatric hospital. Because they'll be hearing voices and be seeing things. So they need to be treated for their addiction. And they can get well and they will be functional again. This picture is like the other picture. So if you don't have strong heart, don't look at it. You see, those are injection scars. That person was injecting himself in both hands. Injection from heroin and cocaine, and from what we call pentazocine. So when you get to the psychiatric hospital, there are many techniques that the doctors will use to teach that individual how to overcome the craving or the urge for the that picture shows, like I told you, people injecting themselves on the thigh, both thighs, buttocks, hands, and the person will not stop. The person did not stop until the wife found out, because the person was even hiding all those sores from his wife until it became that terrible. And of course, that can also kill. So, I will round up by saying that you have been told what are hard drugs: alcohol, Indian hemp, cocaine, coffee, cola nuts, bitter cola, power drinks, and most especially herbal alcoholic drinks like alomo, pakurumo, dadubule, action bitters, dongoyaro, cigarettes. Please, I'm sure if you are in this hall and you have listened attentively to all I have said about hard drugs, please, you don't have any reason to indulge in all these drugs. And I'm telling you categorically, as a specialist, that you don't need to drown over the matter. You don't need to take cigarettes or alcohol or anything at all, because they do not have any benefits for the body. They can only be harmful and dangerous and detrimental to the body. On this note, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I hope I've been able to communicate. I can't hear you. Did I communicate well? Thank you very much. I'll take your questions.
Please, can we give Dr. Rotimi a Thank you. Please don't go. We have lots of questions for you. Before we ask our questions to Dr. Koka, please I'd like to recognize General Ajibade, who is here to support, and Dr. Akintola. Please can we give them a round of applause? And Mr. Warmate, please can we give him a round of applause? Thank you so much, sir. Really appreciate your presence here. Have you learned something today? Have you learned something today? Okay, so we're going to have an opportunity to ask Dr. Koka questions. I know that yesterday we learned about VBS. Who did we learn about yesterday? Who did we learn about yesterday? And what did we say about Jesus? Jesus is the what? The life. So I want you to always tie everything that you learned back to the lessons at Vacation Bible School. Remember that no matter what situation you find yourself, Jesus is the light that can remove every form of darkness in your mind. It doesn't matter what you're going through. You might be going through depression. A lot of us might feel like we're in a place in our lives where we're not happy. There's a lot that's going on. A lot is not working for us. I've been through that phase, so I know. And I want you to understand that Jesus is the answer to every solution, to every problem that you have. But there's also an opportunity for you to talk to people who are like Dr. Koka after this session, the counselors. Counseling is not punishment. I've been to counseling before. I know people around me who have been to counseling. Maybe there's a question that you didn't answer, or there's something that you want to know more about. How do I get out of drugs? How do I do better in school? Oh, this is happening in my house. Who do I talk to? There are many, many things that you can talk to counselors about, and they will answer you, and they will guarantee that nobody else would hear the story. It will be confidential. Okay? So how many of you have sheets of paper? Sheets of paper. I'm going to give everybody 30 seconds. Please write your question. If you're comfortable asking a question with the microphone, that's fine. But if you're not comfortable, maybe you feel like you don't want everybody to know that you want to ask this question, or there's a question that you want answered and you don't want your face to be associated with the question, please write it down on the paper. We're going to come round. Tola is going round with sheets of paper. And Friday, and Chinasa, they're giving sheets of paper. So please write your questions down so that we can ask Dr. Koka. Does anybody have a question that doesn't mind showing their face or asking what you like? Do you have a question? Do you have a question? Do you have a question? Do you want a sheet of paper or you want to ask for the microphone? Paper. Okay. Please, we need paper here. Who wants to ask a question on the mic?
There's a young girl in front here.
I actually heard that P500 paracetamol is not good. Is it true?
She heard that P500 paracetamol is not good. Is it true?
Paracetamol generally is not a hard drug. And it's not a substance of abuse. But there are some fake paracetamols that they are selling now. That's the one that is dangerous. So that's why you must always try to get your prescription from a doctor, and not to buy your paracetamol from the malams. So paracetamol generally is not a dangerous drug.
We have another question here.
Is there any way you can stop the habit of taking hard drugs? Like any other way, like stopping hard drugs?
Thank you. If you try to stop it by yourself, it's called cold turkey. But it's difficult. It's difficult to use your willpower. Most people, 99% of people cannot use their willpower. So that's why you need the assistance of a medical doctor to assist you. Why is coffee not good for your body? Why is it being produced? Coffee can lead to addiction. Coffee is the same as cigarette smoking. People get addicted to it and they won't get out of it. Coffee is not good for children, but why do adults take coffee? Because they are addicted to it. They can't stop taking it. A friend of mine take alcohol, but he said he knows how to control himself, and he does not get drunk because he has tolerance for the alcohol. I've told you, if you have tolerance for the alcohol, you can take 3 or 4 bottles and not get drunk. But it's dangerous to your health. It's dangerous to the liver, to the kidney, and to the heart.
So we have a question here.
So for those countries that there is always snow, they are always having snow, and they do take all these things out, will it really affect them?
The cold countries, they actually take vodka. They take very strong alcoholic drink, and of course it affects them. Many of them have heart problems, liver problems, and kidney problems. Okay. Some of my dad's friends take hard drug, but it doesn't affect them. I know they don't have no signs of sickness. If it doesn't affect them now, it will affect them in future. So that's why you don't have to take them at all. Why are the drugs made when it is not for us to take? What is the usefulness? Because they want to make money. Cigarette people want to make money. Alcohol people want to make money. Indian people want to make money. And they lure people into it because they know it is not good for your health. That's why if you buy a packet of cigarettes, it is written boldly on it, this cigarette will kill you. It's written on it. You will die young from taking cigarette, and people still buy it because they can't stop it. Why should we not eat bitter cola and cola nut? It's the same as coffee. They have active ingredients that can make you to be addicted to it.
So we have another question here. Please, can I get everybody to keep quiet? Keep quiet. Teenagers, keep quiet. If I catch you talking. We have another question here, sir.
Okay.
My question is, why do people take drugs when they know the consequences already?
Thank you. When they are taking the drug, they did not know the consequence. That's why we are here educating you that the consequences are very, very bad. That you should not be like your friends who dabble into it and cannot stop it. If your parents take cigarette, what can you do to help? And also restrain yourself from using it. If daddy is smoking, you can tell daddy, Daddy, Dr. Coker said smoking is bad for your health. What will he do? He will slap you. Okay, tell mommy to tell daddy. Mommy will not slap you now. You say, no, because they know it's bad. They know it's bad. They will just say, this girl is an adult now. He now knows that what we are doing is bad, and they won't do it in your presence anymore. High intake of Coca-Cola is said to be bad because it contains coca. Yes, Coca-Cola contains a lot of sugar basically, and maybe some mild form of, I don't know, but Coke is bad for your health. Coca-Cola or Fanta, because they contain a lot of sugar, and sugar is also bad for your health.
So we have another question here.
Okay.
So you said coffee is not good.
Yes.
Some people make them and that's it. Like, you wake up with some people think it's very long time.
You are right. But eventually they become addicted to the coffee and they will not do without it. That's why they take it every morning. If they don't take it, they won't feel well. When you have slept for 8 hours, your brain is supposed to be rested. But why do you need coffee again to be active? Because they are addicted to it. So we say don't take coffee because we become addicted to it. Is it responsible to sell or make illicit drugs in Nigeria? If no, why are hard drugs still being sold in some parts of Nigeria? When we have organizations like NDLEA, they are selling them in secret because they know that NDLEA will catch them. So that's why you won't see anybody selling hard drugs on the streets or marketing it. Okay.
If other people can see those who have already been affected by hard drugs, why do they still go into it and start taking hard drugs?
Very good question. Because they did not hear lecture like this. The more you hear this kind of lecture, the more you believe that nobody has to dabble into hard drugs. Because they didn't know, especially young boys at the age of 10, 11, 12, they dabble into things like that. If the manufacturers of hard drugs know the effect, why do they continue to? Because they want to make money. They want to make illegal money. How can you cure yourself from drug abuse? Very simple. Just tell anybody, your pastor, your daddy, your uncle, that you want to see a doctor, that you think you are addicted to the substance.
No, we have another question here.
Okay.
Excuse me, sir. My question. They wrote in the cigarette pack that smokers are like dying. So how can I say it?
Thank you. Because they know that even those who make cigarettes, they know that their product will kill people. And they are telling people smoke. This thing you are buying, will kill you. But because they are addicted to it, they are dependent, they can't stop. That's why they continue to buy what will kill them. Is it true that tattoo can cause virus? Tattoo will not cause virus, but the instrument that they use to make the tattoo can give infection. So that's what you mean. If those who do tattoo use unclean and unsterilized instruments, it can cause infections such as HIV for the individual.
So I have another question here. Guys, do you all want to stand up? Do you guys want to stand up? If I hear one more sound, everybody will stand up. There's another question here.
That's coffee. I've said this severally. Coffee is bad. Yes, it's bad because it can lead to addiction. And that's why some people cannot stop Coca-Cola, because of the caffeine in the Coca-Cola. Why did people take high drugs when they know that it's bad? I've said it over and over. What happens to people who take drugs? They become addicted to the drugs, and the drugs will control their lives. And they will drop out of school and become area boys. What makes people, or why are people influenced to take drugs? We have said the peer group, being sad, and all sorts of reasons.
Sir, we have another question here. Said
because they use injections, and unclean needles and syringes will infect them with HIV virus. So those, and of course they also have illicit and unprotected sex. I've told you they become area girls. They drop out of school and they become prostitutes. And they can also catch HIV from prostitution. Hard drug is not good, but why can't the president or the government stop them? The government has set up NDLEA, National Drug Law Enforcement Agency, to be catching people who are selling drugs or people who are using drugs. Why is bitter cola also a hard drug? Because bitter cola also contains caffeine, and caffeine is just like coffee. People can get addicted to it.
There's another question here. Another question here.
If the person is addicted to drugs, how would he or she break free?
Ask your question again.
If a person is addicted to drugs, how would he or she break free?
If the person is addicted, how does he or she break free? It's difficult. Once you use willpower, but most people cannot use their willpower, so they have to see a doctor who will carry out detoxification program. So the person must report to his parents or an uncle or a pastor that he or she is addicted. Sorry, what is?
After taking drugs the first time and knowing the effect, why would you use it the second time? Then I went to my friend's school a while ago and they were
Lyric. So I have 3 more questions and we'll round up. Okay.
There are two people who have microphones.
Oh, no, please. I've attended to this one.
no, they are the ones I have to separate the ones that can.
Ah, okay.
So we have a question here.
Okay.
Sir, why do people take coffee? Is it sweet?
It's very bitter. But they will put sugar and milk and it will become sweet. But please don't take coffee. After taking hard drugs for the first time and knowing the effect, why do people continue? Because they get addicted. What if the person doesn't have parents or anybody that they can go to or share them? Why is it that they always complain about alcohol and cigarettes and they still produce it when they know it destroys people's lives? Why do you say sugar is not good for our health? Because most doctors say it's very good for children. 3 questions in 1. Sugar is not good for you. Then 2, why do government allow cigarettes and alcohol to be sold when they know it's not good for your health? Because government also make money from the tax that they collect from these people. So we should ask government to stop taking tax from people who produce alcohol and cigarette because it destroys lives. If a person is being intimidated with bad friends, how can we avoid them when they are pushing you to do bad things? And how can you stop avoiding them? Very simple. After school, just run away from them. Run away. Because after school, if you go and mix with them, they will now influence you. Especially if you notice that your friend is a bad boy, is smoking and is drinking. Run away from him before he influences you. Why do people sell hard drugs and advertising it to teenagers and youth? Because they want you teenagers and children to become addicted. So you grow up spending money on these substances. I have a friend who takes in drugs. I don't know how to control him. tell that friend that you want him to meet an uncle or a pastor or a doctor, and tell that friend everything you heard in this lecture today. Okay, let me. The new ones. I'll take it. Okay. Is it good to drink Capital Jack? No. It's alcohol. Sir, I have a friend who takes tramadol overdose and it makes me feel bad because I've talked to him before and he didn't listen. This is a very good question. Girls from the age of 15 to 18, they take Benylin with codeine. And they put the Benylin with codeine inside Coca-Cola and Fanta Pep bottles. So when you see girls sipping Coca-Cola and Fanta day in and day out, it contains codeine. And codeine is as bad as Indian hemp. The same thing with tramadol. They crush the tramadol and put it inside Fanta and Coca-Cola and be sipping it. That means they want to be permanently high. And when they don't get the tramadol or the codeine to take, they will have withdrawal symptoms. And that's why Benylin with codeine today, which should cost 300 naira, cost about 4,000 naira. Because they are in high demand. So please don't take codeine with syrup. Tramadol is also very bad. Have you heard about squishies before? Yes. I'm surprised. Squishies. Who can tell me what is squishy? If you heard about it before, what is squishies? Don't be shy now. I'm not. What is squishies? Somebody should tell me, because today all the secondary school boys that I know, they are taking squishies, and squishies contain tramadol, raffinol and Indian hemp. So please don't take squishies in parties. Oh, they call it Chapman, but it's not Chapman. Inside the Chapman they mix raffinol, tramadol and Indian hemp. So when you go to parties of your age mate and you see the boys sharing Chapman, it is called squishies. So please don't take it. They give it to the girls in order to rape the girls. They give these drugs to young girls in order to rape the. I went to my friend's school and they were raping the girl. Is raping as dangerous as smoking? I just talked about squishies. When they give you alcohol that contains tramadol, that contains codeine and raffinol, and the young girl becomes drunk, the girl is liable or likely to be raped. That's why you must not take any drink that you didn't open by yourself when you go to parties. Raping of young girls is very, very common today because of these hard drugs. So please don't take squishies, don't take the drinks that you cannot open by yourself, because these very bad boys can take advantage of you. Sir, okay. How many can we take more? My question is that if your father is smoking, it doesn't mean that you are smoking because you are here. Then why? I can't understand this question. Maybe she just. Great. I believe that if you are here, you have learned a lot. The last question. How are we going to cure withdrawal symptoms? Is palm wine part of drug abuse? If yes, what is the consequence of taking palm wine? Palm wine is in the same category as red wine or white wine. It's our own local white wine, and it contains high amount of alcohol. So please don't also take palm wine because it is a wine that has alcohol. I hope I've answered all your questions. I have tried.
Thank you so much. Please give him a round of applause. If you could not take your questions, please, there are counselors available that will be able to answer your questions. We just can't take our questions. We have an announcement.
Please, just remind us that the teenagers camp is coming up next week. We realize that these questions have raised issues, real issues that we are dealing with. Nobody wants to come and expose anybody. All of us deal with issues. So the questions we have asked are telling us that there are issues we are dealing with, which is normal. Go and register for teenagers camp because we will have time to deal with them. We won't have time here because VBS will soon close. It's to 4. Register for teenagers camp so that if you have any issue you really want to talk to somebody in confidence about, you will have secrecy, you have time, you have confidence to talk to the person. Is that clear? 3,005. There are limited spaces. There is a teenagers camp coming up next week. 3,005. You need to get out of whatever you are dealing with. So let's welcome our VBS director to round up this one.
All right, so we want to say a big thank you to you, but I don't know if Dr. Nicola has someone said just 1 minute for, we just want to hear your voice as well. Thank you so much, Dr. Ikoyi. We say a big thank you. I mean, for leaving everything to come and speak to teenagers. We appreciate it. Can we give him another round of applause? In appreciation of everything. Thank you so much. God bless you.
Boys and girls, particularly because I am here because of you. You are so important to talk about. Reverend Adeboyega and to the director of VBS, student youth. And I hope we all have taken something away from here. Now, based on some of the very good questions we took from you, we want to appeal to as many of the teenagers who raised questions to apply to join us at the teens camp next week, Tuesday. If you can, please need assistance, let us know in the current class so that there may possibly be an arrangement for us to have you one-on-one with counselors in the week ahead. We appreciate you all to keep you on the prayer as we go through the journey. God bless you.
Thank you so much, sir. Let's give him another round. Thank you so much, sir. Now, before we conclude, I want someone who has a Bible to open to John chapter 8, verse 36. John 8, 36. You know, our daddies are calling us boys and girls because, of course, we are boys and girls because they are our grandparents. So they know what we have been through, and they have left everything to come and speak to us. But let us conclude by seeing what the Bible says. Who is there? John 8:36. Anyone? Yes.
If the Son therefore shall make you free, ye shall be free.
Now, you know what it means to be free, and you know what it means to be in bondage. Drugs, pornography, masturbation, the sin of rape. Some of the issues we raised here are things that cause us to be in bondage. If somebody is on drugs, It takes a lot of money to get them out of it. But I've discovered that many of those people who go into drugs, it takes a lot of effort. Some will struggle. But do you know the person that makes it easy for them? Only Jesus makes it easy. And that's why that person says, if the Son sets you free, you are what? You are what? It means that freedom is what? Is total and complete. And so, no matter what you are going through, we started with depression. When we have things that make us look down, come down, and feel discouraged and dejected, and even sometimes you feel like killing yourself. Some of us have issues in our families with our parents, things that are going on, things our parents are going through that affect us. We have all of these issues, and many times, many of those people who go into drugs, they take some of these things so that they can feel good. And many of the questions was, why do people know it's bad, but why did they take it? You know why they take it? Because the first time they started taking it, they felt high. They felt very good. So they were enjoying it. And after a while, when the thing would have ceased, they want it again, and they will go again, and they want it. And that's what you see some people be still and thinking that it's not enough to them, so they can get money to buy drugs. And to those kill the feeling of depression. And some people, when they can't handle it, they eventually do what? Kill themselves. But do you know that there's someone who can set you free? There's someone who can do what? Set you free. Who is that someone? Is it me? Am I the one? Is it any of the teachers? Is it any of our daddies? Who is that person that can set us free? Jesus was the one that was speaking there. He said, if the Son sets you free, you are free. So if you are here this afternoon, I feel like that fantastic presentation on drugs. We saw it, and some of you want to come on. Some of you, if you don't take tramadol, you don't sleep. It's just something you just have to pay. Or gym, now, everywhere, you find all of these things. They now sell them in sachets. Isn't it? And even power horse and all those energy drinks, those ones also are addictive. But the Bible says, if the Son sets you free, you are what? You are free. If somebody asks the question, is a drug, the sin of taking drugs, as bad as the sin of rape? Sin is sin, because your body is whose temple? Who has your body? The Bible says, don't you know that your body is the temple of the Holy Spirit? You are not your own, you have been bought with a price. Therefore, glorify God in your body. So you have to glorify God in your body, and you can only do it through the grace of God. So I want everybody to bow into our heads. Can we bow our heads? People are talking. I'm talking and you are talking. Is that good? Is that good? Where is that for me? And school your children. Oh, you are here. See your children, they are talking. Can you just close your eyes? We are praying. All right, spirit, all heads bowed. You are here this afternoon. You want Jesus to set you free. Doctors will give us prescription, but only Jesus can set us free. You want Jesus to set you free. I don't know what you are going through. Maybe yours is blood. I said close your eyes. See that guy? You want Jesus to set you free. I want wherever you are, just raise your hand up. Now, don't look at the person like I said, that the person is raising your hand. It's not your business. You know there's something you are going through that is costing you depression. We still have those white papers, those clean papers, so we can just slip it into their hands and they can just write their names. So we can pray for them, so counselors can see them. So if they need to see doctors and counselors to see them, can you just raise your hand? You need prayers, you need help. You are going through depression, you are going through drug abuse, or you have a father who's into drugs, or a friend who's into drugs, or you are not something terrible. The Bible says, if the Son sets you free. That was when Jesus comes into your heart, and when you hand it over to Jesus, He frees you indeed. There is a hand here, there is another hand at the back. Now, can you there's another hand. We have our teachers now. When can we have this hand? You can't find papers. Okay, maybe you cannot find papers. If you don't get a paper, just quickly write your name. All those men just begin to pray. Tell Jesus, help me. Whatever be that situation you are going through, tell Jesus to help you. This is a hand. Please raise your hand up very well so they can see you. You want Jesus to set you free from that depression, from that drug abuse, whatever the abuse, or from something terrible that you have done. There's a hand in front here. There's a hand here. Something terrible you have done that you think, only Jesus can help me. Jesus said, come to me, all you who labor and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest. He says, take your yoke upon me, and learn from me, and I know me in heart, and you will find rest for your soul. So can you just put this hand? This guy was very good. So tell Jesus, help me, Jesus. I hope everybody who raises your hand has listened. So just write your name. Any other hand, okay. Now that paper you have, write your name on it. Can you just write your name? And write your name and your age and your class. So we can come to you and talk with you. Your age, your class, and if you know the name of the teacher, just write it and then we will speak with you later. Okay, thank you. Let us pray. Let us pray. Let us pray. Those who are writing, continue to write while others we will pray. Lord God of heaven and earth, we give you praise this afternoon for this special opportunity that we have been given to be ministered to. We thank you, Lord Father, for your servants, our daddies who have come to speak to us. We thank you for the time they have spent, and we thank you for the preparations. Father, we thank you for the understanding you have granted us through the teaching. Father, Lord, we pray that your name be glorified in the name of Jesus. Father, we confess that around us, many of us have issues, things that bother us, things that cause us to want to find solution and solace in drugs, things that are causing us to get depressed. Lord God, we come this day and we ask that you please, by your grace, since you said we should come to you, as many as the labor and heavy laden, but we will find rest for us. Lord, we pray we come to you today. We pray you grant us rest in the name of Jesus Christ. Lord, we pray you set us free from any kind of depression and sin in the name of Jesus Christ. Please, I want to ask if there's any one of us here who has done something terrible. You know what you did was terrible, and the Holy Spirit is convicting you this afternoon. I wouldn't want you to raise your hand, but I would want you to come and see any of the adults here. The Holy Spirit is telling me that there is someone here who has done something terrible, or the Holy Spirit is convicting you. I want you to see only one of us, one will be here. Okay? Lord Jesus, we pray that you will forgive and that you will give rest to these ones in the name of Jesus Christ. Please set them free from every bondage of the enemy in the mighty name of Jesus. Father, we give you praise and we give you honor. Thank you for our daddies and uncles who have come to speak to us, and our uncles and aunties who have blessed us in our class sessions. Lord, we pray that you will bless every one of us, and that your blessings will be permanent in our lives in the name of Jesus. This opportunity that we have, may we use it well, Lord, in the name of Jesus. Blessed be your holy name, Lord. For in Jesus' name we have prayed. Can we say thank you, sir? Where are they? They have disappeared. They are gone. Oh, okay. They have had. God has had. So what do we want to do now? At coming. We go to the class. I think I want some of you to go back to your class. Okay, so we still have 20 minutes to do that. No rushing, just go to your class quietly. And if you want to see any of them, please do.
Don't forget to bring your sheets of paper. Those of you that took paper, bring them to me, please. Thank you.